one of the first year MEIMs. We are here in Austin, Texas with the whole program, checking out movie screenings, visiting panels, and having guest speakers come to talk to us individually. And we're having a great time, and the weather is beautiful. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ami. I'm also a first year MEIM, just had a great time here in Austin. Yeah, I'm from Israel, Tel Aviv, by the way, just to know. And yeah, that's it. Nice to meet you all.
Name's Jordan Hebner, first year MEIM from Nebraska. Lived in Austin last year, so it's great to be back, just enjoying the city once again during South by Southwest.
And I'm Elizabeth. I'm originally from Brooklyn, and I am, maybe we should talk about what we're interested in?
Yeah.
I'm really interested in development for TV and film.
I'm interested in music.
I'm television production.
I'm interested in the research and analytics for the entertainment industry.
Awesome. What's been your favorite part of South by so far?
So, first of all, I told you, we talked a little bit, and I said that the main thing here, for me it's the first time I'm like in an international film or, kind of entertainment festival, and the main, it made me feel like it was overwhelming. I'm saying that in a positive way.
Right.
There's so many things to do here, and you can't even know where to start from. And, I'm exhausted, but that's because
it's a great exhaustion.
We're like exhausted. This was harder than than hiking or something, because we're like walking every day, running from a session to a movie screening to drink a beer, to go to a party, to have a good time with friends. It's just pure fun, and I'm so happy that the big program gave me that opportunity to be here, and it was awesome. And yeah, in Austin, first time for me being in Austin, in Texas in general, so I loved it. The weather is awesome, the people are great, and that's great.
Do you feel like it was more relaxing, more approachable?
Of course.
Because we went to New York in October. We sort of had to be on the entire time.
Yeah,
for sure. Austin is compared to New York, it's like it's much more cool, more chill, but it's still very cool, very hipstery and very urban, but more mild. You feel like you're in a different vibe. There's a different vibe here than a regular urban place, but it's unique, beautiful.
Even because of the festival, it's so packed, and these service industry people are trying to get you in and get you served, and they're so they're like, y'all, we're so sorry, just thanks for being so patient. So it's everyone's trying, everyone's got a smile on their face, and even if you have to wait in a line, it makes the experience good.
Lots of waiting on lines, but it really didn't at all deter from the experience, honestly. Because you were so excited waiting online, and then once you get in for to a premiere, for example, I couldn't sit still. I was so excited every time. So, and then after the premieres, when the actors come out and do the Q&A, you just sort of see the brilliance, and it just sort of humanizes them, and it's okay, these guys are actual people, and maybe people we can be working with in the near future. So it's just extremely exciting, and like Ami said, an amazing opportunity that the program offers for us.
Yeah. I think I really enjoyed just running around a city that I truly grew to love last year, with new friends that haven't been here before, and just showing them around, giving them a taste of 6th Street, of Red River Street, all the concert venues. Food trucks at midnight.
That was great.
Cheeseburger in bed.
Yeah, cheeseburgers in bed. Just all that great stuff that I got to experience beforehand, and just sharing it with people who haven't been here before.
We went to a panel for a television show that I got to work on for the first season.
That was cool.
It was awesome.
It made me feel so proud to have all my MEIM family watching something that I put so much work into in a completely different state. And then I got to, one of the executive producers is Seth Rogen, who didn't, he wasn't always on set. He was more in the background working on other projects and giving his feedback long distance. So I was super nervous, but I was the first person in line to ask a question. And I got to like thank Sam Catlin, who is the showrunner, like for giving me this awesome experience of working on season 1 of Preacher, and asked Seth Rogen a question that like I wasn't thinking about when I was working on the show, but because I left the show and came to Carnegie Mellon and started like talking about like policy and like, you know, workplace safety things a little bit more. That was awesome.
Yeah, I think I might watch it. Maybe.
It's a really good show. AMC Preacher season 2
Yeah.
coming up.
For sure. So actually, you inspired me. So I went to go to a panel discussion with Bob Odenkirk from Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and
I was there, actually.
And Fred Armisen was interviewing him, like SNL dude, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to ask a question, but I'm way too nervous. And then I was like, okay, what would Layla do? Like I was like, I have to channel like Layla's like cool and like just channel this. And I did it, and you know what? I'm so proud of myself for doing it. Like, because I know I would have regretted it if I didn't go for it. So.
What'd you ask him?
So because they're both like Bob Odenkirk also wrote for SNL, like back when Chris Farley was on SNL. Yeah, and I love writing. Like that's what I want to get into. And so I said, because comedy is such a fickle business, how do you manage in the span of your careers to just stay funny and relevant? And I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember their answer because I feel like I blacked out. I was so nervous. I like was uncontrollably shaking. I was like, oh my gosh, like stop shaking. Be cool. Like, right? But again, I was like, what would Layla do? What would Layla do? But it was. I'm so glad I did it. Seriously, I'm so glad.
I thought what was cool about that was he always talked about how he doesn't really stop thinking about different ideas, even though he's like successful.
Yeah.
And he like pitched this like. I don't even know what it was. It was something like, it was pretty bad, but
it was such a bad idea.
But it was just an idea he'd been working on in his spare time, and he just like pitched it to everybody to like think about.
And he kept reassuring everyone. He was like, I can make it work. I can make it work. I can make it work.
And
like he knew that.
it
like about Better Call Saul, right?
Oh, it's just like a different show that he had in mind. It reminded us of like when we pitched our scripts to Dan, but he was just, it was like not even close to anything that we did. It's just like, I'll make it work. Don't worry. We'll make it.
So yeah, a little backstory to that. So our program director has us take a class called Script and Story, so we get a little bit of an idea for that. Yeah.
The process of how pitching it on.
Right, and so we all come up with ideas, and then we practice pitching and that sort of thing, which is also really valuable.
Kind of fun to like hear stories of people that are really successful and that you admire.
Yeah. Being
as nervous as you are in like Dan's Script and Story class.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Be like, I can make this work.
Right.
But I think you can learn from that, and basically it's always that feeling of like, you know, being nervous when you have a new idea and you need to pitch it. It's always that's the business. You gotta understand that. So it also helps us to see that even, you know, the most successful people who already had shows and the movies and all that, they're still facing that. That's part of the DNA, I think, of doing anything artistic and specifically, you know, the entertainment industry.
Okay. Tell me what it was like to be able to be walking down the street and see actors or producers or.
I have a story. You should go first.
You should start.
Yeah.
Go for it. You know, I will start. I mean, I've been waiting 3 hours. All right, 3 hours. I even sat at the panel it was before that just to be on the third row to the third row. I mean, and the whole to see Game of Thrones cast. And you know what? It was worth it. And you know, I felt like, come on, it's just I'm not a kid. You know, to see people, you know, the actors that I used to follow them on their show, and you know what? It was so cool to see them live and to hear them. To see how, by the way, how did we watch like Sansa and Arya from Game of Thrones? I don't remember the name of the actors, like Macy Williams,
and Sophie Turner.
Yeah. So they were anxious. You know, they were excited, and you know that moment for them, like to see the audience and be able to hear the people. That was amazing. I loved it, and I think it could happen only here in festival or stuff like that.
Yeah,
it was worth it. It was worth it. For me, it was. I think that like the opportunity to see the creators and the cast was for me the most influential experience here in Southwest. I'm going to tell you something.
So, as a Hispanic American, I am quite the Jane the Virgin fan, and obviously Justin Baldoni is the most attractive person that has ever walked the face of the planet.
Pretty accurate.
And he was doing
Present company.
yeah, except for these guys. But he was doing a session on empathy, and I was juggling, like, should I go to it? It's Justin Baldoni, but there were so many things happening at the same time. Empathy in film isn't really the most thing that I'm interested in, so I skipped it. And then we were walking down the street, and like I was with these two, and I was like, ah! And because Justin Baldoni was just like standing on a corner, and so I made them take a photograph with me, and he was so kind and so generous. And after we took
She's so geeking out. It's an amazing picture.
It's an amazing picture. Yeah. And then, afterwards he was like, thank you so much, and like looked in my eyes and like gave me a big hug. And I didn't squeal until after I crossed the street, so I think it was pretty successful.
Once her legs started to work again.
Yeah.
She was nervous, by the way. I took the photo, so yeah.
Really?
I seldomly get starstruck because I have been working in television and film for about 3 years, so I don't really get starstruck, but it has happened on occasion, and it definitely happened with Justin Baldoni.
Yeah.
Oh man, only person I ran into on the street was Nick Swartzen.
Oh, awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was like the first day, but I didn't say anything. I was just like, oh. Yeah, I should have pestered. I wanted to pester him about doing like Reno 911, but I don't know how he had taken that.
Yeah.
But no, the panels were really cool. I thought the most inspirational one was I always mess up Elaine from Seinfeld.
Oh yeah,
Julie
Dreyfus.
Yeah.
Just seeing her up there talking. And just like hearing about her, for Veep.
For Veep, right.
Just hearing about like how much she works on the show and like how involved she is, and she's an executive producer of it.
Right.
And it's like she's just so awesome.
Right.
Like I can't curse, but she's really awesome. She works super hard, and like I don't know, she's inspirational to see.
Yeah, and just again, like sort of like making them appear human. Like she said, her youngest son, is on the team at Georgetown. So like, especially Northwestern. Oh my gosh, Northwestern. So like just to sort of be able to be like, okay, can I be super successful and then also have a real person life, and to see that someone as successful as her is able to juggle it and work as hard as she does. It was extremely inspirational.
And
it was.
A little bit of a segue off that. So we had the opportunity to go to the Producers Guild of America conference a little bit earlier in the year, and we had Tina Fey talking about those things. And these panels, whether they're in DC or New York or here now in Austin, that we've gotten this amazing opportunity to see, it's like, for me at least, the panel is where I get to learn the most, because I'm not being observational. I'm not like watching people work and trying to figure out what they're doing. They're just directly saying, this is how that came to be, and this is me. Yeah. That's really cool.
Tell me a little bit about the sessions, the Carnegie Mellon specific sessions that you guys had Saturday and Sunday. Yeah.
They're so cool.
Yeah.
I think that everyone was able to find someone that is very helpful for his inspirations and career goals. I mean, for example, they brought someone because I'm interested in analytics and research for the entertainment. There was someone who that's what he's been doing. It's a guy who owned a company. He's been working for, I forgot who Michael works for, Fox 20th Century Fox.
Yeah, he does Nielsen, or he did
Nielsen. He
Nielsen.
worked for Nielsen.
Right.
And I talk after the session, after the conversation with him, I in person, I went and talked with him like for half an hour. And those kind of things, this is like when the program allow you to approach with people who are now literally work in the industry. So it's not like it's getting out of the academic atmosphere, and like they helps you to approach to the real world of where I want to be, where I wish to start my career. Yeah, that's great opportunities.
I also think it's different. So the great thing about going to Carnegie Mellon is we have the privilege of having a lot of people come speak to us at CMU. because we have that awesome reputation, but it's different when we go to them and we can kind of see them with the same badges on, and they're running from session to session too. And I don't know if like these people with these crazy busy schedules, you know, would be able to talk to us outside of the school.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had any music panelists yet, which I think the program's gonna build on.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, it's cool. What was his name? Richard.
Oh yeah.
The producer of
Producer.
Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir
And
Dogs.
Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like just great Tarantino. Like
Yeah.
even though he doesn't remember talking to us necessarily, it was cool to like have him in the building.
Yeah.
It was just like a couple of, like some we had Amber J.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like how she went from improv with like she was like
Second
Tina.
City.
She was like Tina Fey and stuff.
Yeah. The Chicago troupe, Second City.
She was, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But now she's like working with nonprofits to like optimize their content.
Right.
And it just got the wheels spinning.
Yeah.
Just like everything, like different backgrounds, different ideas, different things that people are doing. Just gave me more ideas on like what I can do and how to approach different things.
Right. We saw her at the Container that night.
Oh, really?
did?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, she's a good time.
She seems really nice.
Yeah.
And even in the session, so like from my experiences, like I know set really well, and so I came to this program where I'm starting to hear about like buying and acquisitions and distribution and like all these things, and I'm like, oh, like I just show up on set and I get like a set of sides and like a call sheet and I like make the day go. So it's cool to like have these people come in and talk to us about what they do, so I can get a better understanding of what it is they do, because like you can give me like, you know, a line sheet like statement about what your job entails. I don't truly understand what it is until I'm actually talking to these people face to face, and then that perks my interest in things that I wasn't previously that interested in.
Yeah, that's another great thing about this program. I don't think at the start anyone knows what they want to get into, and it. Well,
Except for
yeah.
Layla.
Yeah, except for Layla. But you just have, well, for film and TV especially, you have the opportunity to see, okay, maybe I can go this way, maybe I can go that way. Like the two women for sales and acquisition,
Yes.
which is not an easy job, but it's basically traveling and seeing movies all the time, which with a film degree in undergrad, you're like, that's what I want to do forever. You know, like pay me to watch movies and go traveling. But I was like, oh my gosh, like I didn't even realize, you know, and so I would love to do that, or I would also maybe love to get in, you know, into writing, or like so many different things. And the other great thing is that people always seem to jump around, like they work here for a little bit and then to try things out, and then maybe they go, you know, they start in LA, maybe then they go to New York, or vice versa. Or I mean, you worked in Albuquerque, right?
Albuquerque, New York, Pittsburgh.
Exactly. So like there are just so many different opportunities, different things to do to really sow your oats, your entertainment oats sort of thing, which is awesome.
And I think it helps because like I'm a big picture person, so even if I don't want to go down that route, it's important for me to understand where that person might be coming from, so that, you know, on my end, I can help better facilitate their job.
Just along the lines of like giving you different avenues, I think one person who's part of the program who's going to be more in our life next year, John Tarnoff. He gave a panel about his experience and how he's been fired 39% of the time
Yep.
Yeah.
in Hollywood.
Right.
But he's been agent and all these other things.
Right.
And just to see how he continues to evolve and continues to be successful in a
Yeah.
business that might chew you up and spit you out,
Has high turnover.
has high turnover. It was good to hear. It was like something real to like, I don't know, hit me to like, yeah, this is gonna happen probably.
It's part of the business. It's part of
Yeah.
that business,
Yeah.
I think. And,
Right.
yeah, and John, you mentioned, I mean, he's the man. He's like,
He's awesome.
his insights are so helpful, and yeah, you can see that he has been walking around the business for years.
Yeah.
There's lots of
He knows that.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll wrap this up, but just takeaways, like your takeaways moving forward. You know, what from this week are you going to take with you as you start your internships and move to LA and do all of that?
For me, I just feel super lucky because none of this would have been like possible prior to this education. And it's keep trying, keep talking, and be yourself, and don't be afraid to like ask questions or talk to someone who's super intimidating, because like you never know what opportunities you're going to come across.
Exactly the same thing. And also, everyone should visit Austin because it's amazing.
It's awesome.
It's absolutely amazing. But yeah, like I said, like I'm so glad that I asked that question because I know I would have regretted. And it's simple. And then afterwards, I took a picture with him.
It's on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm super happy. Yeah, and then again, going off of what John Carnoff says, like everyone fails. Like it's a part of the process, you know. You just have to be resilient and get right back up, and it'll happen, you know. Things just, I mean, this may be a little naive, but things do sort of have a way of working themselves out, you know, and you ultimately will end up where you're supposed to be, you know, even if you have to wear 10 different hats beforehand to get there. So
well, for me, I think that, well, I'm in 2 months I'll be in Cannes Film Festival, and that was kind of for me, you know, how even, you know, to enjoy the benefits of a film festival. So I'm gonna take lots of that. For me was, as I said before, it was the first time I was in a big international film festival. So I know now better how to behave, how to enjoy, how to plan everything ahead, and basically how to better networking. Things that I'm definitely gonna do. I will do it better in 2 months. Yeah, thanks for the name again for that as well, for that opportunity. That's it.
I think, well, what these two said, just being fortunate enough to be in this program, to be presented with the opportunity to not only go to New York for the first time in my life, but to come back to Austin to a festival where last year I was working a bar on 6th Street, pestering musicians to sign a guitar for a radio station. But coming back to like enjoy it, go to these films, talk to these people. It was also inspirational because it gave me a few new ideas of what I want to do entrepreneurially. Maybe spending some time in LA and coming back to Austin and actually doing something here. Gave me a few ideas, a few new inspirations that I didn't have before this trip. So that was great.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see ya.
Bye.
Thanks.